Tavares was just out here a minute ago sounding pretty confident.
He is a very well-rounded fighter.
He thinks he's better than you. Thinks he's quicker than you. Could you respond to that, specifically the speed?
It's a bunch of guys, and
I'm guessing you think you're quicker.
That's one of the most interesting.
Yeah, I know I'm faster. You know, he is quick. He's well established in striking, and yeah, I look forward to putting that to the test. Let's see how fast he is.
Rob, you outclassed a guy in Clint Hester on the feet in your last fight. On paper, he was the better matchup standing up. Do you think that you'll be making a striking matchup in this fight?
Just about with every opponent, I try to make a striking matchup. I enjoy standing up. It puts on a good show, and that's what I like doing. I think it's definitely going to be another stand up battle. The only time it won't be is if he decides that he doesn't want it.
Brad's, he's got fantastic takedown defense in the middleweight division. Do you think that, or have you been working extensively on your wrestling?
I work all aspects of my game. I try to keep everything, in top performance, and so I'm prepared if that's what he wants to do. But my game plan is usually to keep it on the feet, and I like throwing punches, I like throwing kicks, and yeah, let's see how it goes.
We definitely enjoy watching it. You're currently unranked at middleweight. Brad is ranked 14th, and you are also the underdog. Do you feel a little bit less pressure going in the fight as an underdog?
I don't usually feel too much pressure regardless. I'm in there to do a job. Fighting's just fighting, and that's what I got. That's how I look at it. When I'm usually the underdog, to be honest, and I like being the underdog. I like proving those doubters wrong. I like making a point.
What is it about you being an underdog? What is it that you think the critics might be missing about you? And also, given that he's ranked above you, do you think this is the win that puts you finally in the rankings?
I have no idea about that sort of stuff. That's beyond me. But I don't know why they underestimate me so much. I encourage it. Underestimate me, and I'll flip you upside down. But it might be because I live in Australia, don't really leave my house much.
You mentioned that you used to cut so much weight to get to welterweight that you had trouble hearing. I found that pretty crazy. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you actually lose your hearing? Go through that with us.
Yeah, well, cutting so much weight. Cutting so much weight requires you to lose a lot of water, lose a lot in water weight, and once you've drained your body of all its unnecessary fluids, there's only so much you can take out, and you start taking water out of vital organs, and once that starts happening, you start noticing little changes to your vision and to your hearing.
And how long would that affect you? You'd go like a day without being able to hear, or an hour, or how would that work?
No. It's not so much that I go deaf. It's like things just become muffled. Like it sounds like it's just an odd feeling.
Last year, you sat on a panel in Sydney before the Luke Rockhold-Michael Bisping fight. It was when you initially moved up to middleweight. Those guys are obviously elite middleweights, and you sat right next to them. How do you feel sitting next to those guys, and do you like the chances against those guys in the future?
Oh, good. When I'm put up against those fellas, I'll be ready for those fellas. But yeah, it was an honour. They're great fighters, and they're legends in their field.
When you first mentioned that you're moving up to middleweight, there were a lot of naysayers saying, "Oh, Rob's too small, he shouldn't be doing it." Now you're facing Brad Tavares with an opportunity to really get in there in the division. What do you think about your run in the middleweight division thus far? You've only had one fight, but how do you feel fighting in the middleweight division compared to your last couple of fights in the welterweight division? Does your body feel a lot better being in that weight class?
Yeah, being in the middleweight division is where I belong. This is my home now. Moving back down to welterweight isn't an option, and yeah, I'm here to stay. This is my sport.
If you do get past Brad, there's going to be a huge card in Melbourne in November, UFC 193. Let's say you do have a dominant win against him. Will you be campaigning to be a big part of that card against another big name opponent?
My calendar only goes up to Sunday, mate.
And if we can get a prediction from you, Rob, it's happening on Sunday, like you mentioned. How do you see it going down? What round, and how do you see it finishing?
I know I can finish him. It's just a matter of when, and whether it's in 1 minute or 15, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to throw everything I have at him, and if he can handle it, good on him.
And just while we're doing predictions, one more. Mark Hunt versus Stipe Miocic. How do you see that fight going?
I think Hunt will put him away. He's my boy, and I know he's put away the biggest people in the world. I don't think he's anything special.